Good evening to everybody here. Welcome to True School Sports. How you doing, Eddie Morales? How you doing, boxing magic? Hope everything's good with you guys. You already read the topic that I was going to talk about. Basically, we seen what this past weekend what Sebastian Fundora and the Lubin fight was a real good fight. Each had a knockdown. The fight was stopped in the ninth due to Lubin getting beat up too much by Fundora, and Cunningham stopped the fight. What's funny about boxing is that once there's an eventual winner that beats an opponent that everybody wanted to win, it didn't happen. People are going to come out with their own conspiracies and their own thing about the glove. One of the things that I was reading about, they were saying that that Fundora was basically Fundora was basically first of all, he didn't take his gloves off. Like a lot of boxers, after they finish their fight right in the ring, they take the gloves off. He didn't take his gloves off. So people feel that he has something in the gloves. That's why he didn't take his gloves off. They just basically accusing him of cheating. Basically, that's what you're saying. And I think that's a bunch of bullshit. His father came out and basically said, you know, I trusted Lubin's team so much that I didn't even go to their training, to their dressing room to see how they wrapped Lubin's Lubin's wraps and everything. So why would we want to even go there with that? So what I'm getting at, I think, is the fight was good. Lubin said recently that he's going to come back and he's going to rebound, come back. He's not a quitter, and he's going to continue boxing even after this beating. And then we also heard Fundora come out and say that he said that he would like the rematch once everything gets better. So I mean, shout out to Fundora, very respectful guy. He knew what was going on, but I don't think people should shed light to the fact that 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 he cheated, that he had something in his gloves and all this bullshit. Because the reality is he didn't have nothing in his gloves. It just happened to be that he beat the guy the way he was. People gotta stop making excuses and see things for what it is. Eddie Morales says, as BT touchdown. No, he's touchdown. I gotta pick him up after the live. I'm doing this quick live, then I gotta go ahead and shoot out to the Miami airport to pick him up. He's gonna be here around midnight our time, so I'll pick him up. Most likely he'll get back into it tomorrow. He's probably gonna get some rest and just be glad to be home. So I'm picking him up from the airport. Basketball, are you serious, bro? Yeah, man. People will say anything to discredit a fighter, even though he cleanly fought him, beat him to no pole. People are just gonna say whatever they want, and I think it's wrong. It was that reported. I was reading an article on boxing scene, so I was like, damn, people can't even just leave things alone. That Fedora is a young cat, 24 years old, fighting good right now. Fought Lubin. Lubin fought him tough, and he beat him cleanly. So just let it go on. Says, Box Magic says, motherfuckers can't get their ass beat nowadays without saying stupid shit. Loaded gloves. Why can't just that Fundora did? Yeah. What it is the narrative. The narrative is if you dick right Lubin or you dick right any fighter that's going to a fight, they can never do any wrong. They can never do anything. And if they lose, it's for whatever reason. I guarantee you, if the Ugas and Spence fights happen, they're gonna come up with some other bullshit too. Oh no, this would have happened. Blah 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 blah. There's always some kind people that are haters are not gonna see things for what they are. Chris, how you doing? Chris, how you doing? Peleador extranjero le da paliza a Estados Unidos. Fanboys, he's hizo trampa. Yeah, man. I mean, people that are far away, like you say, fighters from far away, whatever. You got to beat down, and that's it. You got to accept it for what it is. I mean, now they're saying that, like you say, he's tricking the gloves and everything. I don't agree with that. I think that people are just hating on Fundora, what he's doing. But what I will say, Fundora is called out. He says he's ready to fight the best 154, and his manager is full of shit. His manager, Luis, whatever his name is, Luis, whatever fucking guy. Benavidez is his manager, same guy. Lukowicz was saying that he's the best 154. Lukowicz is fucking dreaming. Ain't nobody beating Jamel Charlo. Fundora is not going to beat Jamel Charlo. No disrespect to Lubin. Fundora is not beating Jamel Charlo. So Liquowitz, whatever your fucking name is, you used to be worried about making fights for Benavidez and get him up there with the top level fighters and stop telling you everybody that this is good. He is a good fighter. I'm not saying he's not a bad. He's a good. He's not the worst fighter, but he's not he's not even in the level of Jamel Charlo. I'll tell you that right now. Jamel Charlo will beat the fuck out of Fundora, and that's just me calling it that way. So everything that fucking manager says is delusional. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Why even entertain it if we all know it's not the truth? Because I'm just putting it out there. You're right what you're saying. Not obviously not all of us are believing the same thing because boxing has to make all kinds of theories. The same thing with you remember what happened with Fury and Wilder. There was all kinds of conspiracy theories in that level. So why wouldn't that be now? So not everybody believes what you're saying. So it's not about me entertaining. It's about me just bringing out the people saying things that are discrediting a fighter that actually went out there and beat a guy and did it the right way. What's going on? 210 Boxing TV. Jesus Ramos Jr. and Yossi Gomez stop Fundora. I mean, Fundora to me, he's tall. He got that inside game, but I still think he's right behind the ears. He's still got some certain things he's got to work on. So for Lukowicz to say he's the best 154, I'm not gonna say that. Not even close. He's there. He might be the top 10 or whatever, but he's not in the top 5. No way, not yet. I agree. Right here says, let me give what he says. He says, Fundora gets hit a lot. He needs to improve his defense. He can't just sit back and go in there. I know first of all, he could have used his reach a lot more. He's got his range. Use that to your advantage. You know what I mean? Why are you sitting try as tall as you have to go in the inside and fight somebody like Lubin? I mean, don't get me twisted. Lubin, what's sad about it, Lubin was popping him left and right. And before they called the fight off, before his trainer Cunningham called the fight off, he literally said that, Lubin was putting on the cards. So I would love to see a rematch. I think in a rematch, Lubin learned from this, and he's going to have to take him out early. How you doing? I'm glad you brought this up. It's possible that's for sure. Sergio Martinez just outboxed Fundora last fight, but now Fundora breaking faces. Yeah, I mean, it is what he's breaking faces, but people are like, they were saying also in the article, go to the box and see if you've seen it. If you all here, they were saying that how out punch volume was more than usual. His power punches are more than usual. Who sits back and look at all this bullshit? Just because he fought a great fight, that you guys didn't see him before on him, and there's always levels to boxing. So maybe this fight right here brought the best out of Fundora. But you can't sit there and question him. And more so, they're not into all that. They're not into any of that conspiracy shit. When his dad said we didn't even go to the dressing room to watch him wrap Lubin's gloves. So what the fuck, you know? And Will says Tim Tszyu versus Fundora. Who wins? I got Tim Tszyu. I got fucking Tim Tszyu. I like Tim Tszyu. I like what he talks. I like what he brings. I know he had a first fight here in the U.S., but I like his mentality. I like his work ethic. I think as he gets settled down here more in the U.S., he's gonna be better than what he is. I think he will beat Fundora, in my opinion. I don't have a link right now. What you want to come here as a guest? Is that what you're saying? Fundora got outboxed by Jermaine Taylor, but this time was some dirty play, no drug testing. Oh, that's what I was reading about. They were saying something about that there wasn't drug testing and this and that. And his dad said, yeah, they're supposed to test. Oh, they said no. They said the testing is. His dad said Fundora's dad said the testing is going to be done after the fight, and we'll find out who's clean and who's not. So yeah, I'm quite sure it's supposed to be before the fight, not after the fact. So that's kind of crazy. Scott, how you doing, Scott Cardona? I agree. Fundora did lose to both those dudes in my book. I think Jamonte Clark was a draw in the books. Yeah, I mean, you all see it. Your own eyes. You see we lost. I mean, but that's still not to take the shine away from what Fundora did to Lubin. Simple as that. You know, like the dad said, after the test comes out, after the fight, I guess they test him after. What the fuck you testing the fighter after the fact? You're supposed to test the fighter before the fact. But that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so there's gonna be like I'm on Fundora side. This is all bullshit and conspiracies, and I just think they're trying to take the shine away from him. What's up, Kevin? In fact, in boxing, there should always be a drug testing. Sad there was none. Yeah, they say that after the fact. What the fuck's the matter after the fact? The fight's already done. You're trying to discredit this guy. And let's be real. If that was the case, then Lubin's team should have called it out and say, "Hey, I want him tested before the fight," and vice versa. So both fighters, for some reason, didn't get it. So think about that, Scott. So I like Fundora, but something could have been shady. Yeah, I mean, that people are saying that. They're saying that it's out. Like I was just telling, go on boxing, you'll see the article. He said that his output punch, our volume punching was a lot. He was throwing a lot of power punches, and that's usually not usually like that. And then they were saying because he didn't take his gloves off, you know, all the time after the fight's over, before the results come out, the boxers go to the trainers and they take their gloves off. They say this is how the conspiracy came out. He didn't take his gloves off, so the people suspect that he has something in his glove. Get out of here with that. BT's coming up. He's coming in tonight. I got to go pick him up after the live. He's coming in from the Miami airport, so he's coming in tonight. He's already on his way here. You know, the time change or whatever. So I got to pick him up after the live. Got to drive to Miami, pick him up. Scott, what is it? Scotty says, Tim Zoo, booty cheeks. I don't know about that. I just know I like Tim Zoo. What do you think will be in Harris's future after that resurgence? He's got a lot of opportunities still at 154. I still think he's a talented fighter to go out there. I would love to see Jamel look back and fight him again, but I think that's not going to happen unless Harrison himself gets some contention for some type of title or title eliminator or whatever the case may be. But I'm happy for him. I like him. I like the dog in him. I still think he's chinny at times, but I got to give it to him. That motherfucker's a dog. I mean, no, not chinny. Yeah, he always loses his focus, and that's what cost him the fight with Jamal Charlo. So he fought a good fight with Garcia. Garcia was supposed to be the stronger, up to me. My opinion was supposed to be the one that hard punch and this and that, but he came there and did his job. Money, haha. Why after? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why after? You're right. Why after they're doing that after? They should be doing that. They should have done that in the beginning, not when it actually happened. Yeah, but how did Fundora get power to destroy faces? Usually it's a more drawn out sort of beatdown. Well, I mean, we don't know. We don't know. These are all conspiracy theories. But all 13, you please hit that like button. This is all conspiracy theories. But what I'm saying is, give the guy credit where credit is due. He sat there and he beat the fuck out of him. I think there was back in the day. It was something. I forgot which boxer it was that they caught with something in the glove or this and that. I went to Margarito, if I was correct, was accused about having something in his gloves, this and that. But let me tell you straight up, you know, I think he fought a great fight. I thought he did what he did. He fought on the inside. Yeah, he got hit a lot too because I mean, Lubin was catching him. Lubin was winning the fight. It was just those hard uppercuts by Fundora, and I think one of the biggest Fundora's problems is that he tends to level down to the height of the smaller fighter. I don't think you should do that as a taller fighter. I think you learn how to fight on the outside, not just in the inside, and use your reach and your height to your advantage. Yeah, a lot of people are questioning Scott. So I mean, I'm just telling you what the article said. Lafayette Coffee said, "What evidence do they have to say loaded?" They're just suspect because they don't have no evidence. I'm telling you, this is conspiracies. Conspiracies are theories that are made up by other people. Look it up on boxing scene, the article that I made up by other people that feel that he won because all of a sudden he got this he had all this power and he didn't take his gloves off, so he was hiding something. People just didn't want to accept the fact that he beat Lubin's ass. No disrespect to Lubin, because Lubin he gave respect to Lubin and he could have a rematch when they get better. But at the end of the day, he got his ass whooped. And people, because they didn't expect, they especially with Dick riding Lubin, that he can't do no wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. That's how there is no evidence. Conspiracy is just fucking pure gossip, pure bullshit. That people come out in the media and assume that they had. And the dad, I didn't know that they didn't test it before the fight. That right there is kind of shady. I'll even go from both sides. Why are you not testing both fighters before the fight? And now you're going to test them after the fight. And now the dad came out, Fundora's dad came out and said, oh, yeah, we're going to go ahead and wait and see if we're cheating or not. So, yeah. What's going on, man? I'm doing the best I can. BT will be here tomorrow. I'm going to go pick him up tonight from the airport tonight. As I'm speaking to you, he's flying over here on that time, whatever it's called, the time change, whatever it's called, the time change. So he's going to be coming. He should be back tomorrow. So I'm picking him up tonight. So he'll be back. The real BT will be back. But thank you for everything, man. I appreciate all y'all that be here and grinding with me. I know I'm not the best, but I try to be. If all said to you, please hit that like button. Riley said, innocent until proven guilty. That's right. That's right. You're innocent in the United States of America until you're proven guilty. I don't think, and my son tells me all this time, you can't, my son tells me all the time, just because a guy looks like a nice guy doesn't mean that he's not a cheater. Just because he gives you, you just don't know. But what I see from Fundora, I don't think he would do that. But people automatically, because Lubin didn't want to come up with some shit. Trey McCann says, when you can't block an uppercut all night, your face is going to look like that. Yeah, I mean, the crazy part about it, like I said, if I think if Lubin would have fought on the outside, right, and I stayed away with instead of trying to go inside, and I know that he had to go inside, and that's why he got beat up, and understood how to block those uppercuts, his face wouldn't look like he did. Winning the fight, how do you fucking almost your fighter's winning the fight, and you sat there and you didn't throw the towel out. You said, I'm throwing the towel for his health. So God bless him. What's up, Rico Ransom? How you doing? What's up, Pops? Lubin had the wrong game plan. He got beaten. If you sit there and take those punches, you're going to get facial fracture. Yeah, I mean, basically, what you're basically saying is, if you're gonna stand there and beat the punching bag for the fighter's gonna beat the fuck out of the punching bag, and that's how he beat you. Right, and I want to say this too. That's part of the training's fault too. That's part. You got a taller fighter that you knew was gonna come in, and you knew he was tall, his reach. You had not just going in and standing there getting beat up like that. He did catch him with some good shots though. I gotta give it to Lubin. Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry, guys. Let me go back. Enroll says, oh, puñeta. Let me get this flag about. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, I did that one. Hold on, guys. Okay. And it says, anyone who gets hit with a pillow will get damaged. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. We can just draw it back when we can use the example you saying right there in the world when Kambosos fought Teofimo. Kambosos got no fucking power like Teofimo, but you see what he did to Teofimo's face, right? Fucking beat the fuck out of him, and you can honestly say his punches were like pillow punches. You know that. The fight, I believe it was fair and square. Would you like to see Jaron who up to fight? Who do you like? Oh man, I think Jaron's gonna establish himself. Jaron is going to establish himself at 147 first. But if that fight happened, I don't know. I got to see more of Jaron. Jaron's skills, he got this, but I want to see him test it after 8 rounds to see what he's all about. Lubin, Lafayette Kathy says, Lubin looked like a more moon pie man. Yeah, he looked messed. He looked odd. I looked at his face, and I was like, oh shit. I could not believe it, how deformed it looked, like everything. I mean, but it's like what I think End of the World said. This what happens when you stand in there and let the taller fighter stoop to your level and fight your level and beat you down. Linda Sapia says, no loaded gloves. You damn right, there's no loaded. That's all bullshit. That's all. I must say it again. It comes down to somebody that was a big fan of Lubin, wanted him to win. They wanted to dick ride him, excuse my language, and didn't go their way. So now they're gonna look at the bat, try to not shine light on Fundora. What's going on, man? How you doing? Geo Sparta 10, how you been, man? BT, we back tomorrow, guys, so we can talk whatever we want with him. Barrio's face looked terrible. Lopez's face looked terrible. It's happened before. Yeah, if you don't have no defense, you just walking into a punching bag. You got to figure that out. You had 8 weeks to figure it out, and you didn't. And I'm gonna say it again. The sad part was that he was winning the fight when the trainer had to call the fight. Yo. The same motherfucker who spread the rumor about Tyson Fury at the boxing scene just in the article. What was the deal? So I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, these are the same motherfuckers that are haters. They don't agree with the fact that he got beat down. He didn't go crying about it. Come back. He said, I know the 3 judges had Lubin winning the fight at the time of stoppage, but Lubin was not winning that fight, in my opinion. Even Fundora ticket. I didn't see the fight, so I can't say. I was on the calling the zone card. I looked at and everything, and for what I was beating the hell out of him. I seen Lubin get a couple of shots in on Fundora, but I wasn't to the point where he was like, total dominance. But he did it. Chris says, okay, Chris. Come on. Chris says some boxers look more damage on the face than others. That's true. I mean, you get those fighters where they literally get the cuts to get over the eyes. No matter what you do, no matter how much time you patch it, sword up, whatever. As soon as they get hit there, it becomes because enough. Your face can become very sensitive anyways. You're gonna get beat down anyways, and that's what happened with Lubin. I agree with this 100%. Fundora doesn't fight tall; he fights on the inside due to poor eyesight and mixing. So yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this for him. All that, to be honest, in my opinion, he needs to change that. Like a tall fighter needs to fight a tall fighter. What are you stooping down to the height of your opponent? No, wrong answer. You know, you're gonna fight. If he fights Jamel Charlo or somebody else 154, he's done. Hell of an accusation. The LDBC narrative. No surprise with all those shooters they came out for Wilder. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what it comes down to. They don't like to accept the fact of certain things. And you want to ride with him, but you're gonna fall with him. The same thing that happened with Wilder. You roll with him. I'm talking about the LDBC. You roll with him. You did all this shit, and then Fury beat the fuck out of him. And I'm still gonna call it 3-0 because to me he won the first fight. And then you want to sit here, come up with some little more excuses. You got to humble real quick. And that's the same thing. They don't like, if it's not I don't want to go into this black and white thing because it's not right, or Mexican or whatever. I'm just saying, if it's not your narrative on your fighters, then everything else is wrong. So you're absolutely right, Nightcrawler, 100%. Railing said it's friendly. Yeah. I don't know about the LDBC being friendly. They hate, they're haters. If it's narrative, then everybody in the world is wrong. Under microscope, or it says, yeah, Lubin wasn't winning that fight. PBC's bias in these cards doesn't get covered enough. Yeah, I mean they got biases and all commentary. I mean I watch sometimes when I watch these about the Sky Sports, when I watch Showtime sometimes, when I watch The Zone to a certain point. But the reality is, your eyes tell you who really is winning the fight, and we know that with boxing. We know what's going on. Nightcrawler, that's a fact. Well, that's right. Tell him. Fundora reminds. Okay, let me go. Okay, Nightcrawler says he'd be unbeatable at 154 if he used his reach mixed in with the thing. Yeah, and that's what is crazy. But promoter Lukowicz is saying he's gonna be a top 154. No, not even don't even go there. Don't even go there. You need to worry about making fights for Benavidez and your other top fighters. Fundora reminds me of and fights kind of like Brandon Figueroa. Yeah, and he's tall, lanky too. He comes in there, the same thing. But Fundora literally stoops a lot lower to his opponents. I don't like that about that. That's bad teaching on his father. Okay, I did that one. Oh, French lady said, gloves definitely loaded. Look at the damage, bro. Ridiculous. So you saying the gloves are loaded because he beat down? Come on, man. How can you prove that? Both fights didn't get tested for the fight, obviously, until after the fight. Number one. Two, just because the man didn't take his gloves off and he put a real beat down on Lubin, you gotta accept the fact for that. You know, you gotta accept the fact and the reality. You know, you can't just say, oh yeah, my fighter got his ass beat. Oh yeah, because so let's get it right. So then if Lubin would have beat the shit out of Fundora, then people could say the same thing towards Lubin, right? No, you all would have been that. Some of you always have the same narrative. You all would have been the same way. Oh no, this didn't happen. That whatever. No, he couldn't do this. It's always something. But the reality is, Fundora won the fight, clean as it can be. All motherfuckers, you guys that hate on him, I get it. That's just the way you guys are. You have your own narrative. But that's because your man or your boy did not win. That's the reality. Your boy or your favorite boxer or whatever didn't win, so you can't accept the reality that he got his ass kicked in the middle of the ring, and that's what happened to him. And I mean, kudos to Fundora. Fundora said, "Yeah, I'll fight him again." So you know, what are you gonna say then if he beats him again? The same thing with Fury. There's no lot of testing, bro, and nobody has ever inflicted that type of. Yeah, you're right. There wasn't. I'm not arguing the point that I ain't arguing the point about testing. I'm just coming out and saying that you're saying that you came out and said I'm saying what you said, that the gloves were definitely loaded, but you have no proof on that. You're just saying that. You don't know that. There was no testing. You're talking about two different things here, and the testing getting done after the fight, like his dad said. We're talking about two different things here. You're talking about two different things here. You're accusing him having the gloves loaded, and then we're talking about his testing. But Fundora could be if the fighter fights him for the inside and small. Yeah, I mean, it could happen, but it's got to happen that way. I mean, I think he was beating the highlights I seen. He would clean him, but I mean, you guys are saying some of you guys trying to hate on him because he beat your boy Lubin. Thurman and Cambosis gloves were loaded. Look at the damage. Oh my God. I think Margarito. I mean, he did get caught. Didn't he get caught with that? When they opened up the glove, or whatever the case was. It's always gonna be theories, no matter how you look at it. Especially, let's say, for example, you know, the part of boxing with the corruption and everything, and the betting and this and that, and you got your money on Lubin, and you want Lubin to win. I personally thought it's gonna be a 50-50 fight. I'll tell you straight up. I didn't think, and I said 50-50 fight because I know Lubin was coming to this fight, and I knew that that Lubin was kind of cheating myself, so I wasn't that favorite to win. I call it 50-50 the way it is. I call it dominating. Good point right there. You're right. No testing, yes, but it was on both sides, not just Fundora. Yeah, I don't understand why they're doing testing after the fight. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody called it out. I mean, what's going on? Billion says, Fundora weighed in at 152 pounds. Imagine if he fucks around and makes 147. Game over. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think he's too big. I think he's too big for 147. But I mean, I'm just gonna give him credit for what credit is due. He won that fight to me clean and fair. There's no ifs or buts about it. People can say whatever they want, but the reality is, everybody wanted Lubin to win, and he didn't do it. He didn't get the job done. Exactly. What does VADA testing have to do with loaded gloves? Well, what it is, what's going on is if both fighters, whoever, weren't being tested, then they could possibly be taking other chemicals that would actually give them the power, give them the strength. Because that's one of the things in the boxing scene. Go check it out. In the boxing scene article, it came out and said that the punch value and the power punches that I think Fundora, so that's not usually him. Get the fuck out of here. You're talking about two things, like you said, two things: gloves and loaded gloves. I mean, gloves being loaded and being tested. Don't just, what I'm saying is, don't discredit Fundora when there's no facts out there. Don't just jump the gun and say, oh, well, he did this when there's no facts about the situation. That's what I'm getting at. Lubin used to get hit like 6 per round in his last fight, but Fundora landed like 25 punches per round. That's why it's fit. Yeah, but you gotta look at it this way. The reason that happened was because Fundora's punches, but when he was hitting him, he was hurting him. I mean, after a while, you looked at his face, he probably seen one punch when 3 or 4 were coming. It is what it is, man. I'm just saying, I'm just calling it the way I see it. Here an example of Sergio Martinez versus Cotto. Cotto made Sergio fight his style of boxing. There you go. Black Magic said he beat the fuck out of Lubin's face. Yeah, he beat him down. It's a beatdown. That's bottom line. He beat him down. There's no excuse. He beat him down and won the fight. His corner stopped the fight. Best thing he did for him. That's what it is. Yeah, I know they were boxing therapy. I know they were tested after the fight. But why the fuck are you gonna be tested after the fight when you should be tested before the fight and during your training to make sure you're not taking the chemicals or anything that's gonna either give you an advantage or whatever in boxing? He probably juiced and loaded his gloves boxing a Augie sport mate. Oh, Lord. That was a retirement beating. You're right about that, and I think he got hurt pretty bad. I mean, he got, but I gotta give it to Lubin, man. He got all hard. He realized he got beat, and he accepted the fact, and he's gonna come back. Yeah, man. I mean, but I think he had a fractured shoulder and something else. He had something, nose broken or something. He had a lot of. I mean, for somebody like Fundora and throwing the way he was throwing, and you can't see his punches, that's what happens. And the problem with the LDPC is that they think they know boxing more than anyone, when all they know is conspiracy and what they hear from others. And on Lubin had another bad night with a good. Yeah, that's it. You're right about all what you said, Andrew Rosado. I'm with you on all that what you said, because it's true. The LDPC have their own narrative, and they think they know everything about boxing better than anybody else. And you can't say anything against what they say, because if you say anything about them, oh no, they're just like a horse that's close-minded. That's what it is. But excellent answers, Andrew Rosado. I really appreciate that. Valiant says broken eye socket, broken nose, broken jaw. Jeez, man, that's a lot. I ain't gonna lie, man. I seen his face. I knew it was damaged, but I didn't know he was hurt that bad. On Milky Way says Lubin should be at once. He's not. He doesn't look like one. Milky Way. He doesn't look like a 168 pounder. He does to me. He doesn't. 154, yes. 140, 154, 168. I don't know. I don't know to say. I don't think he looks that big to me at 168. I've seen Lubin in person. He doesn't look like a big 168 pounder. In all fairness to the LDBC, I've only heard one person say that narrative. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm reading it from the boxing scene article. I'm not telling you that I'm saying it. I'm telling you what the boxing scene. They didn't even name people in the article. They just said there was a lot of conspiracy being made up of this fight. Chris the Plumber. People acting new here like they never seen a professional boxer get fucked up. You're right about that. And hey, Chris, and if you want to bring it to a reality, when there's a street fight or something going on, you ever got into a fight, either you're gonna get fucked up or they're gonna get fucked up. So you're right what you're saying there. Look away. Fundora should be in 168 anyways. Why he in lower weight class fighting small people? Yeah, you're right about that. You're right. So I've heard that narrative. Somebody else said the same thing, that he's much bigger than a 154. So I mean, everybody's gonna have their own persona of what they want, you know. Fundora should, they've said that before, that he's pretty big and everything, but the reality is, big or not, he won this fight. I don't really care about the test after the facts, because what is that going to conclude? That doesn't conclude a damn thing. As far as the conspiracies with with his glove being loaded or him not taking the gloves like other fighters do on a regular basis after the fight. I still don't buy that, because like his dad say, we don't look at our opponents like that. I didn't even go in the dressing room to check out Lubin getting his gloves wrapped up. So why his wrapped up? So why should you go there with that? You're good, Pops. I'm just trying to not lump everyone in that. Yeah, you're right. No, I understand. And sometimes you guys got to call it the way you call it, but it's true. The reality is when you get into a fight, somebody's getting fucked up. So don't have, you never see somebody in a fight get beat up. Somebody definitely does. Go back here. Black Magic Genetics says, I bet Lubin's sitting home right now thinking he should have ducked this. Well, a lot of people, I was reading the articles, and sometimes I Fight Hub or Fight Hype and this and that. They say that he made a big mistake taking this fight. So, but I mean, I'll say like this: there's a lot of fights that never get made because nobody got enough balls to get in with anybody. So for him even to get in there, not saying that he couldn't beat him or, with Fundora and actually taking the fight, you gotta put respect on his name. Christopher Plummer, I'm new on this channel. Okay, Chris, man, hit that like button, man. Subscribe, hit the like button. I'm not the man in charge. I'm just here. My son is. Check out his content. You're gonna love it. True School Sports. We try to keep it as real as we can. We're not trying to hate on nobody. Just try to talk boxing. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Hit that like button. The LDBC starting again with glove conspiracies. Wow. I look at it like this. Sometimes when they couldn't win with Wilder, they're going to find another fighter they're going to go against. And it's always going to be a narrative of something just because their fighters did not win. Accept the fact, man, they lost, they got beat down, and accept it. They'll never do that, though. That's right. Thumbs up. Black Magic says, this is the type of fight you regret taking as a boxer. Yeah. I mean, he probably thought, Fundora's a tall guy, lanky, probably doesn't have all that strength. I'm going to break him down and beat him down to a pole. And that didn't happen. He knocked him down. He hit him a couple times, but that was it. What's up, Les Meyer? What's going on? What's going on, Les Meyer? What's going on? How's everything? Yo, what do you think about Cambosa, man? Cambosa just be talking and talking and talking and talking, man. I wish him the best, but I mean, he got to stop talking, man. Just get in there and do your thing. I mean, you're excited. You go in there, kick some ass, and that's it. But I'm going to say this about that. Haney better go in there and take his soul out right away, or he's losing that fight. If Haney's gonna go in there thinking he's gonna get a UD, he's out of his mind. Both fighters' hand wraps were signed off by the Nevada State Athletic Commission after they were wrapped. That's right. I mean, that's what his dad brought out. So why people even questioning that? So I mean, but you're gonna get this anyway. Like I said, if you have your biased fighter you really like, and that fighter got his ass kicked, and you don't want to accept the fact that he got his ass kicked. And both teams did it the right way. The only thing that they didn't do, they didn't test it each other during the training. Then so be it. You know what I mean? I just think that I give Fundora some credit. He gave respects to Fundora. I mean to Lubin. Lubin said he'll be back and move on from that. You know, that's what we got to do. And another article I was reading was the article with Sinisa Estrada's pissed off at De La Hoya. I guess he's not paying her right or something. She put up something on Sinisa Super Bad, put up on what is it called, Instagram page stories or whatever it's called, saying that she don't know when the next fight's gonna be because the hell got to pay her right. What's wrong with these promoters? They know all these fighters get themselves, give themselves their life in the ring. They fight hard, they train hard, paying what they do, man. Especially the women that they don't get to pay enough. Christopher Plummer said, "But bro, seriously, the same dude who started the Tyson Fury country is the one calling out Fundora cheetah, loaded gloves." Okay, then we need to move on from that. You're right. There's only one boxing channel pushing the loaded glove and PD conspiracy. Anyone saying different names? I don't know who they are. I don't care about them. It's just sad. And your Rosado says it's the same thing with Spence. He is big for 140. Yeah, he is. When he can be at 154 or more, is where they feel good if they can do it. Yeah, he's a big. They say he actually 147. They say he can be at 154. They say he walks up like almost 160. I'm talking Spence. Even after the hydration and after the fight, before the fight, after they make the weight, That shit is big. So you're exactly right. It's only how they feel and how if they can do it. Look at example, Angel from Ortiz, Virgil Ortiz. He's a pretty big boy too. I think he's having problems making 147. I think he should move up. Canelo better put some respect on Fundora's name. Well, when the time comes, you'll find out, right? That's how it goes. When they find out they get in the ring, they'll find out. I want Canelo. I'll be honest. I want Canelo to fight Bibble, and Bibble's training with somebody. I forgot the guy's name. Is trained that my son was telling me, but I can't pronounce his name. Starts with a GVI or whatever. He used to be a good fighter. He got him as a sparring partner now. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if Canelo, what I want him to do, I want him to stay at 175, beat Bibble if he does, or whatever the case may be, and go on and fight Gigi, and then stay at 175 and fight Beterbiev, or the winner of Beterbiev and Joe Smith. That'd be great. Cambosis under Microsoft Cope says Cambosis in the limelight, so we're hearing him more now than before. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, he came out on Fight Hack. He was saying that before, I guess, Haney signed a contract, or they called him, that he was stuttering. Man, I don't know about all that. I'm just gonna say it like this. I know George is a hard worker. That guy does it all in the gym. I don't think it's gonna be easy for Haney to take his lunch from him. And I just think that I'll let him talk, play the mind games. I just hope that Haney, when he goes in there from the beginning of the bell, he's got to gain his respect right away. Because if he doesn't, he's not gonna win no decision. I'll say it again. He ain't winning no decision in Australia. Angel Rosado. Look, what? He goes, no, those gloves will look like a potato. It is what it is, man. De La Hoya really sees a Canelo versus trying. Yeah, whatever he's smoking, whatever he's taking, that shit ain't happening. Fucking Canelo will take him out cold. We'll eat him for breakfast. De La Hoya, yeah, I was reading about De La Hoya. He was saying on TMZ they were asking him, they're gonna try to sign Tank Davis after he leaves the Mayweather stable. They couldn't even take care of Rashidi Ellis. You think Tank Davis gonna go over there? Get out of here. A guy with anatomy and proportion not possible to break a nose jaw and separate a man's shoulder. He either took PEDs or loaded gloves. No, come on, man. You don't know. You a doctor? SW24. You a doctor? Are you a professional in that? You say it's either. So you're saying it's not possible. How you know? And PBC, Bob Aaron allowed in participate in the ring by no drug test. Get out of here. No, man. Listen, man. I'm not gonna say it like that. I'm not gonna put Bob Aaron. Bob Aaron, I don't think he's like that. One thing Bob Aaron will not do is take up on some foolishness. He will throw you the fuck out. He don't play that shit. That old man might be lost his mind, lost his eyesight, but one thing he gonna make sure. So you can't mix PBC with motherfucking Bob Aaron. You can't. I'm not. If there's any corrupt anything like that, I'm gonna go to the PBC side. I'll leave it at that. Love Rastafari. My job, man. Clap, my man. What's going on, man? Sibling party. Chris the Plumber. Haney a good boss, but overrated, I think. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. If Haney does not go in there, I'm gonna say it again. If Haney does not go in there and rip his house, go in there the first ring and establish the respect, he's gonna have a long night. Francis Naylor said, Haney going for the stoppage. He ain't relying on judges and shady. No, he can't. He can't. He got to go in there and do his job. He got to go in there, take his soul. You got to take Cabosa's soul and rip his throat out in the beginning. He's got to establish that respect, or it's going to be a long night. And I see Haney's good, but I haven't seen him be a beast-like fighter or a very overpowering fighter or dominating fighter in any of his fights. So I'm not going to sit here and say that. What I will say is he had 15 years to get up to where he's on the come up, like his dad say. This is your opportunity. Can't go opportunity. You got the belt. You better go get it. and you can't leave it up to the judges. Remember, you're going in there. You're gonna be going there twice. You gotta go. If you beat him the first time, you got the mind game already beat on Kambosos. If you don't beat him the second time and you fight him again, you in trouble because you got all of them loud Australians. You got the Australian all the judges over there. Everything's not gonna be on your side. You got when you're like that, you gotta go in there and rip their throats out. You gotta rip his throat out from the sound of the ring. My son says no. My son says no. Go in there and box and gradually figure them out the round. You can't do that when you're coming. I mean, respect to Haney and his dad. They're coming to an comfortable environment for them. They're coming from U.S. over there to Australia. Australia's already crazy. Now they're twice as much crazy. They got Kambosos, the emperor, in charge of that. And then you got the judge. You got to go in there and just get it done. And you got to do it real quick. You can't sit there and sleep. So I don't want him to go in there and box. I don't want him to sit there stop dancing and playing tennis. I want him to come in there and go in there and rip his fucking throat out and let him know, okay, I'm here to fight, motherfucker. I'm taking all your belts. I'm taking your lunch and leaving you with shit. But you got to go ahead and do it. And I don't see that. I see what Haney said in the press conference when he came out and he said, oh yeah, don't call me kid. Don't call me a boy. I would prove it to you. But but I still haven't seen him get that animal, that for me is the animal or intimidating factor that I want to see him do. I want him to dominate. If he goes in there dancing and piddle-paddling with George, he's going to have a long night. I'm telling you. And George, you see what George did to Teofimo? I'm serious when I tell you this. You see what George did to Teofimo? And Teofimo was twice as big as George. And Haney's just as big as Teofimo. But I don't think Haney's got the same, the hunger, not the hunger, the fighting him to do it. But he better do it. If he want, this is his time to shine. He been saying he want to fight somebody. He got to go in there and rip this motherfucker's throat out. Rosado says, if the LDBC goes on with Fundora beating down Lubin, can you imagine when Canelo fight with Charlo and if Canelo beats him down like that? Just sit back and hear all. Yeah, right. You're right, Angel Rosado. You're right. You're always going to hear something about them. Them guys, the thing is, dumb people don't know how to reason. They don't use logic. And like I said, I don't want to get back. I hate them. I don't even get involved with them. I think they're out there in a different fucking world. No, they don't reason. They use no logic, all because their man didn't win. And that's just facts. All 27, you please hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Lewin's face look unnatural. What do you think? If I put a beat down on you, your face will look unnatural. Of course it look unnatural. But his problem was he went into inside too far, and he walked into a lot of uppercuts from the inside fighter in Fundora. And I mean, he could expose Fundora because Fundora was a taller fighter coming in. Why didn't he go to that body? Well, he had to break that body down, then go to the I don't know, and more move from the outside. Well, but what do you think they fought? Well, you gotta understand that's why they Cunningham threw the fight in. He wasn't there. I mean, think about it. Look how he looked. He was getting really beat. You see what he said, broken nose, jaw, whatever happened, the separated shoulder. He was getting a beat down of his life. And I'm gonna tell you something. If he didn't throw that towel in, God help me not. Who knows what would have happened? So God bless him. So he could live another day. Broken jaw, nose, and shoulder. Come on. You do the math, and listen, man. Doesn't matter, man. I could go in there and get in the ring with you, and I could beat the fuck out of you. Then what are you gonna say? I'm hypothetically talking to you like I'm talking real to you. So if I'm a shorter fighter and you're bigger than me, right? And I beat the fuck out of you being a shorter fighter, what are you gonna say then? You gonna stop making conspiracies? Come on, man. Chris VHA says De La Hoya wants to make Canelo with Zurdo Ramirez. What do you think? That'd be a good fight, man. I mean, Zurdo really wants to get out. Zurdo came out and said, I don't know if you read it. It's a couple of days or last week. He said he'll even since he don't want to fight Mexicans, I'll even go get my citizenship or get my whatever card, and I'll be an American and I'll beat you and I'll fight you. Then what you gonna do? That'd be a good fight. That's a sleeper right there, Zurdo Ramirez. But I would like to see Zurdo Ramirez fight Bivol. He has to think for Bivol. I think that'd be a great fight. Him. But I mean, nobody's talking much about Zurdo. He's going to be the sleeper in that division. Because I expected this instantly. What the narratives? What's going on, cool guy? I think, man, dude, took a loss. No one cried when Amir Mansour job got broke by Dominic Brazil. Nah, that's what I'm saying. The thing is, when people got their favorite fighters fighting, and they lose, they don't know how to accept that. It's like in life. When you go through something, you're either gonna accept it or you're gonna come up with some disillusional or something to make you believe something that really is not. I'm with you on that one. Loaded gloves, that's bullshit. Valiant says Fundora has all the boxing heads and fight nerds confused and scratching their heads. If he fights Zoo, who do you got? Will Fundora be a champion at 154? I got Zoo. But you all need to stop. Everybody's sleeping on Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo is a big, to me, in my opinion, at 154 right now, Jamel Charlo is a dog right now. I like how what Jamel Charlo brings. Him fighting Jamal, he got to fight. He's fighting Zoo anyway. So what I'm saying is, but he's fighting Brian Castano. But if this all those fights happen, they're all down the road fights that are good. But the big dog right now for me is Jamel Charlo. Yep, eating uppercuts all night will do that. Yeah, he had no answer to that. What he should have done with the uppercuts to step back and then, you don't just walking into uppercuts all night, especially from a taller fighter that's using his long arms and everything, and you cannot reach it to him. Black Magic Genetics says Lubin left that fight looking like he had autism. Man, yeah, because I want to laugh, but I don't want to laugh because autism is a serious thing. You're right. When I seen him looking, I said, "What in the world happened to him?" You know. Fundora used PEDs or Lord gloves, clearly and no drug test. I suggest Clemerol never took that glove off. Okay, well, you be the judge of that. That's your opinion. I'm going to go with the majority. The majority ain't agreeing with what you're saying. So, and I'm going the same way. I don't believe that bullshit for none. So you're saying, so then will you switch that around and say that for Lubin? If Lubin was the one that did the Fundora? Come on, man. My cousin Haney has his hands full with. Yeah, he does. He got his hands full. I'm gonna tell you right now. What I liked about Kambosos, right after the fight when he went up against Teofimo, 24 hours, he's back in the gym working out, doing it. He's a fanatic when it comes to working out. So I mean, he's not gonna give them belts up that easily. So that's what I'm trying to say. Haney's got to go in there and just take it from him. You got to take it from him. He's got to go in and show him, I'm here to take him from you. And he can't sit there and play tennis. I say tennis, but I mean by that, tit-a-tat and throwing little jabs and doing this and trying. No, get in there and fight, man. You in for a real shit. If you didn't learn from what happened with Teofimo, and I know Teofimo's mind frame was not there because if Teofimo's mind frame was there, it might have been a different story. But I'm saying, as far as Teofimo's physical and frame, you just Haney's just as big as that. Haney should go in there and dominate. I don't know what they're game playing at. My son said that he should just box himself and get himself to the fight and do this. I ain't got time for that. Motherfucker, I'm fighting you. I'm fighting the crowd. I'm fighting your whole country. And I might have to fight you twice here. I'm ripping your fucking neck out the first time I see you. Simple as that. I'm ripping your neck out. I'm ripping your neck fucking out. I'm letting you know I ain't the one. It's me against the world mentality. Hey, Pops, what do you think would happen if Crawford moved out to 154 fight? No, I think Crawford would beat the fuck out of him. But Crawford's not gonna walk into all those uppercuts that Fundora did. I mean that Lubin did. And Crawford, I like to see. What I would like to see, really, I like to see hit that fight or see Crawford fight Jamel. That'd be a great fight. I'm more excited to see Jamel Charlo fight Crawford than me seeing Spence and Crawford fight. That's how excited I am for that. That's all good, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Judah was Tisu too. Haney is no Judah. No, he's not. You got that right. He's not. So he's gonna have to do better. He's gonna have to do 10 times better. He's got to, I'm telling you, he's got to go in. I'm telling you, I don't know what they believe in. Allah, Mala, whatever they believe, no disrespect. Whatever they believe in or what they pray for, respect to them. He needs to go in there. He's from Oakland. I think Haney's from Oakland anyways, right? Oakland's rough for the rough too, right? So you better come out and get that hood shit in there and rip that motherfucker's neck. That's all I gotta say. I love Kambosos. Kambosos didn't give him those belts out easy. He got to show to Australia. He wants some belts, but he's got to shut the crowd out. How do you shut the crowd out? You go in there, you beat the fuck out of him in the first couple of rounds. Let him know, hey, okay, the first round is filling out around. Okay, now let me show you what I got. Now I ain't gonna be TOP when you took me out my game. You got it. You got to gain this respect right from the beginning. If you don't, you're in for a long ride. Black Magic Genetic says, you know, Lubin not getting no pushy for a while. He ain't gonna get nothing. He got to heal up first, man. He got to be able to see everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, God bless him though. SUW says Fundora almost beat that man to a death, broken jaw, nose, and shoulder. That will take a year to heal from at least. It's gonna take a while. We all know that for sure. When you get a jaw injury or you get break a jaw, I've seen guys like literally can't eat for a while, for almost like about 8 months maybe. They have the jaw and everything closed, and all they take is liquid. So it's gonna be a whole process for him. I think if he wants to stay back in, he's gonna come be better at it. I think he's learned from this, and you gotta be like Paul Bunyan. You gotta chop that fucking tree right away. Go to that body and break them down. Like Haney slick, but I want to see some power. Yeah, there you go. You took the words out of my mouth. I've been telling my son that for the longest time. I like Haney. I respect him undefeated, but he doesn't have enough power, or he has the power, but I'm not seeing him finish off any opponent with to me in dominant fashion. So what I'm getting at is, what better way to go to Australia if you really want that belt, like you say, wait 15 years, go in there, establish yourself right off the bat, gain your respect, and kick the motherfucker's ass in front of his people and take his belts, take his lunch, don't deal with shit, you know? But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. He's gonna be hard because Kambosos is quick. He throws a lot of volume punching. Don't sleep on him because that's what happened to Teofimo. What's your thought on the sugar thing? Do you believe he has a future? I like what he did, though. Whether he did or not, he beat one of my favorite. I'm not one of the favorite fighters that I like. That been around. He's got a good resume. And Gabe Rosado from Puerto Rico. I thought when I first seen the first round, because I don't know much about Mosley Jr., but I thought for the first round when I seen Gabe Rosado, as big as he was a natural 168, and Mosley Jr. coming up from 160 to 168. I was like, oh shit. Rosado's going to eat this guy for lunch. But what happened is Mosley fought a good, smart fight, let him get tired out, let old Gabe get tired out, and then he took advantage of it. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy he got an interim title now. You know, anything could happen in boxing. He got an opportunity. He believed in himself, and he did it. And now he's got a good name on his resume. And I'll say like this: Gabe Rosado is no slouch. He's fought a lot of top fighters. That he either didn't get the decision or he won against. So for Mosley, the sky's the limit now. I think personally he should stay at 160, though. I don't think he should come at 168. I think that weight's too big for him. Haney going to run like a motherfucker. Well, I hope not, man. Because his dad was saying, you know, they waited 15 years for this. They started from going to Mexico to come up for this. And I mean, he's got this opportunity, and I'll be honest, he only got this opportunity because Lomachenko was at that war, and God bless Lomachenko, because I'll tell you right now, I would rather see that fight, but that didn't happen. Haney got the WBC belt. This will give a chance for Kambosos to take the belt from him. But if I was Haney, I got to go to the playground. I'm taking your fucking money. I'm taking your lunch, and I'm beating your ass and leaving you right there. That's how you got to do it. If you don't go in there with some type of mentality like that, you against the world, you're done. You're not going to win in a loud marble stadium. All Australians that are pumped up, Kambosos, and think get a free lunch. You better take it. You better establish yourself. If you listen to me, Haney Senior, I know you watch my channel sometimes. Haney, you guys listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Haney Senior, listen to me. I know you watch my channel sometimes. H Money, if you watch H Money Boxing, if you talk to him, tell him Pop say he got to go in there and rip his throat out and establish the fight and take his lunch and everything, because H Money knows Haney, and he was saying the same thing that he should box him. No, you can't box. How you in the box? How you're all across the pond. You got nobody. You got to shut off the whole crowd right off the bat. I don't care what you got to do. Take that fucking money, take everything, and leave him there. Lubin face looked unnatural for a skinny thin guy such as Fundora. Yeah, But it's like everybody been saying here and alive. Lubin walked into a lot of uppercuts. And, I mean, if he would have looked at the weaknesses from Fundora and exposed them and spot a smarter fight than just walking into uppercuts, he probably would have been better off, and he would have won the fight. But we don't know. Haney up a Sugar Ray to win this one. Yeah, Sugar Ray. He gotta do. He gotta go to the Thriller of Manila, Muhammad Ali. He gotta do. He gotta do what the fuck he gotta do. Marvin Hagler. He gotta do what he gotta do. He gotta go get it. He gotta eat. You gotta eat now, brother. You gotta eat everything. Take everything. You're against the world. It's you against the world mentality. That means you can't go in there and I'll get it. First couple of rounds, okay, blah 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 blah. By the fourth round, maybe before the third round, you better establish yourself quick. Establish yourself quick, because I'm going to tell you something. Cambosa is not going to tire out. Cambosa is not going to tire out. You are the bigger fighter. You're going to show your shit, and you're going to intimidate, and you're going to beat him. But you're going to have to do it right off the bat. Like you said, you don't, when he called you a boy and a kid, he already gave you enough reason to go in there and gain your respect for him right off the bat. That's how I was taught. I'm not there to play ballet. I'm not there to dance with you. I'm not there to shake your hand. No, I'm here to beat your motherfucking ass. That's what I'm here to do. And I'm going to take all them belts. But I got to do it convincingly. Okay, Belling says, when I said, why? Okay, hold on. Okay, I got it. I get it. Yeah. Belling said, why shouldn't Haney box? It's called boxing. That's what the sport's called. Boxing can watch fights and balls at bar. I want to see. Okay, so you go, Belly. You go into place. But you go into place. I'm just trying to say, if he wants to box, go ahead and box. Go ahead and box with a boxer. Go ahead and do that. He can do whatever you want. I'm telling you my point of view. Me being old school, going to a place that I've never been there before, listening to all the crowd in front of me. I'm not there to grab your hand and dance with you. I'm gonna rip your fucking neck out and get it. It's boxing, but it's also in boxing. You got show your power in boxing. Then set him up for the knockouts. Do something to gain his respect. If you go in there, you play tennis, Valiant, you losing the fight. The judge. You're not gonna get the judge's decision in fucking Australia. I'm telling you that straight out there. So it's not even about going to a bar and brawling and dog. No, what I'm getting at, he's got to throw hard punches and hurt Cambosis right from the get-go to let him know that he's there for a real boxing match fight. I think, for me, I like to see him be a brawler rather than a boxing, because if you box with Cambosis, you're not winning the fight in Australia. Remember when I tell you that? Oh, it's gonna be interesting. I like Cambosis. Brings a lot of energy. He proved it against. He's always had that chip on his shoulder, being the underdog. I like what he brings to boxing. I like the way he carries himself. He talks a lot of smack to get him, and he obviously got underneath Haney's in the press conference when he called him that. So he's talking and smacking and getting underneath the skin already. So Haney's got to be mature enough, deal with that, and bring it to him. So, and to me, Haney's a bigger fighter, the taller fighter and the stronger fighter. I'll show you straight up. So Haney got power. Use that power for you against him. SUV says, Latinos are known to use PEDs, especially clenbuterol cannot include it. I totally disagree with that. You putting every Latino in that, you're wrong. I disagree with that statement. So I don't know where you got that statement. That's not a fact. That's a statement. That's your opinion. But I disagree with that. Not all Latinos are doing that. Not everybody in boxing is doing that. Not everybody. A lot of boxers. Some people do the right way, and yeah, they come out like life. You do everything the right way. Now, honestly, never always the best policy, as they say it is. You always come on the last. But if you do it right, you got a good conscience, and you give the sport what it needs, integrity, whatever, then you do it your way. But I'm not agreeing with that. You're putting a whole set of people in one thing of bowl. That's not how it goes. Says Connor Jr. You talking about Conor Ben Jr. Fuck him. Conor Ben Jr. is fighting this guy Harden or whatever it is. How Harden beats him. But he to me he talks too much, and I like him because he's a humble guy. My son interviewed him and everything. But honestly, he needs to shut up and fight, step up and fight real fighters in his weight class. Not 140 pounders, not ones that are this and that, and not old people that are retired. Fight real prime 147 pounders, and you're gonna get your ass kicked. Eddie Hearns is gonna keep protecting him. Mark, when I tell you that, Eddie Hearns is gonna keep protecting him. I want to see him fight David Evolution, and he has why is Eddie Hearns putting it against him? Oh no, he don't want to put it against him because he's gonna get his ass kicked. But I mean, he needs to wake up and understand. Like when he called out Kell Brook, he called Kell Brook. Kell will eat him up for lunch. Kell will fucked him up and said, "I'll give me 10 million," and shut him right out. He ain't ready for the real deal. I like him, but he's got to fight. And the funny is, with Conor Ben, the public in the UK will get on his case. The British will get on his case for that. They say, "What are you sitting here being you're the best? You want to fight this, you want to fight that, but you're not even fighting your own weight class. Get out of here." I think Bivol beats Canelo, but he gets probably a decision. I mean, Bivol got an outside shot. I said it before. Canelo can't handle fighters that have a lot of yeah, he's not going to sit there and literally let Canelo walk him down on a high guard, whatever case, and get him in the corner and let him break him down like that. But I think Bivol can go do what he got to do. We'll find out. And you. I'm saying, how are you going to a fight and then you don't check the gloves out? That's kind of crazy. That's what I'm getting at. And then after the fight, you want to test the fighters. What does it do? Nothing. Cool guy, what's up, man? You were here earlier. God bless. Mike Cota said, coming from Hollywood, Florida. Hollywood, Daniel, Hollywood. Lubin versus Fundora fight of April till Stevenson versus man, that's gonna be a great Stevenson and Valdez. Who you guys get in that fight? I think it's Stevenson's time, bro. I think Stevenson's gonna put it on Valdez. It's not gonna be an easy fight for him. He's gonna put it on him though. For sure. What's up, when it says? Where is BT? I heard he in Florida now. No, he's not. He's flying in for different time zones. I gotta go pick him up after this live. So I'm picking him up from the Miami airport. So he should be here tomorrow. Valiant Fundora Lubin is fight of the year candidate for search. Oh yeah, definitely. I will not. I mean, knocked him down. It was a good fight all the way around, and I think we should have a rematch. I would love to see a rematch because I think that Lubin will actually go ahead and make the changes that he needs to beat this tall guy. Mike Cotto said, "Big ass pop, what's up, Hollywood? Hollywood, Florida. Daniel, Florida. Bravo County, stand up." Two School doing their thing. Yeah, he should be he'll be back here tomorrow, and we're probably gonna get some local interviews, whatever, and we'll see. But he'll be here tomorrow, so y'all can talk to him when he goes live. Nah, I'm not gonna say Tio Lopez is a joke. Tio Lopez, what happened was, in my opinion, he's still talented. He's still strong. He let the best get at him, talking too much, being too complacent when he won the belts, and that's what got him where he's at. And I heard that he had outside issues and this and that, so I get all that. Then they say that he was sick when going into the fight. He had asthmatic and all this. Almost lost. Okay, so why are you gonna jeopardize your son's life and put him through all that, knowing that he's sick? I'm talking about Senior Lopez, but I think Tio Fimo is still bitter about the loss of Cambosis. He a hater. He don't want to accept. Until you don't accept defeat within yourself, you can't move on. What I mean by that? You can go on to 140 and do what you think you're gonna do at 140 or whatever the case, but you're not gonna be truly at peace with yourself because you're not accepting defeat. And Teofimo and his dad, they're still disillusioned on the decision. They're saying that, oh, it's a conspiracy between the zone and this and that. You fucking lost, okay? Cambosis went in there and beat your fucking ass. And don't tell me about anything else. You and your dad were talking all kinds of shit, and I love them. Senior, you know I like you. Teofimo, you know I like you, but I'm gonna call it the way I see it. If you knew going to the fight, you got your ass beat. Accept it and stop making all kind of excuses. Excuses are for women. Not men don't make excuses. They accept what's going on. They hold their head up high. They move on. Look what Lubin did. He didn't make no excuse. He didn't make all this conspiracy theories against Fundora. Everybody else is. He's gonna move on and get better. That's what a man does. The plumber says, "I'm from Oakland, California." Yeah, but I think the running back for the Seattle Seahawks who used to eat Skittles is from there. Isn't he from there? From Oakland? If I'm correct. What was his damn name is? You know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows him. He used to play for the Seattle Seahawks. Ate Skittles. A nasty running back. But anyway, if you're from Oakland, then you better go write Haney a letter and let them know that you guys ain't gonna sit back and just eat freebies. You're gonna take lunch and eat everything. If Crawford beats Spence, if Spence gets past Ugas, Crawford Charles only right. Crawford attempts unification 140. Yeah, that'd be great. But we have to wait and see what Spence does against Ugas. I think Spence will get to past Ugas. He'll beat Ugas. And no disrespect to Ugas, because he fought a legend, and Manny Pacquiao couldn't get in there, so he still got a 50-50 chance. But I just think that down the road, as Spence comes on, Spence going to go ahead and figure him out. I just want Spence to beat Ugas so I can see Crawford beat Spence's ass. And those are all good points you got, Valiant. All those points you got. I think Charlo this time, I had Castaño winning the first fight, and the second fight, I was picking Castaño, but after I seen what Charlo is saying and what he's talking about, nah, I don't think Castaño stands a chance this time around. Haney ain't going Australia to dance for 12 rounds. He's gonna be vicious. He's got to be. He got to stand out and represent Oakland, right? He got to go in there and do it. His mindset got to be different. And I'm not saying he doesn't have that, but I have never seen him do it in any fight. I've never seen him totally dominate any fight. So until I see it, I mean, now's the time. Now's your time. I don't know. That's a good question to ask because he still never got over that Charlo knockout, that fucking crazy knockout Jamal Charlo gave him, and he was hoping that he would beat Fundora so he can get the interim title, so he can go ahead and fight, get a shot at fighting or get a rematch with Charlo, but that's not happening. When you get a fight, when you get beat down twice like this and real bad, it's very difficult to come back. But if you could accept the defeat, accept that you got beat by these two fighters, you learn from that, and you're ready to go back in the ring and fight somebody else, go for it. Rico Ransom said, Haney the fighter of the year already. He signed up to fight that man twice in his own country. I hope You're right. You are absolutely right. What kind of fighter at young at this age will decide to go to overseas twice? Go overseas, fight twice if he has to, get less money. He took all kinds of shit. So for him to do that, it shows you that he wants it. But that still doesn't gonna let me know how he's gonna come up when he gets in the ring. I'll give him that respect and all that. I'm not saying that he's done it, but I want to see what he does in that ring. That's when I'll know if he really wanted this fight or not. SUV says, they rigged the fight for Lubin to lose. He should have taken the fight after the no drug club. Says, you know what's funny? When I was watching Jamal Charlo on the last standing podcast by Brian Costa on Showtime, he said that at one time he was training with Brian Castano, and he says that during training that they literally have you know, they have vital testing doing that, and he caught on real quick. He said he went and questioned them and said to them, well, why they're not testing them? That's right, Enrique Luna. Marshall Lynch from Oakland, but we repping the D train. That's right, Dontrell Willis, California Marlins. Choo choo. You got that right. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I missed because the thing went out for a few minutes. Give me a chance, guys. Oh wow, and I missed a lot of comments. Okay, hold on. Wow, I missed a lot of comments, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I was telling you about what SU 24 was saying about that. I remember I was watching Jamal Charlo on the Standing Podcast with Brian Costa, and he was coming out saying that he was training for Castano. He was noticing there was no vital testing or nothing, so he brought it up to the trainers and the managers, and everybody said, "Oh no, you're supposed to request that a month ago." Get the fuck out of here! So there's so much rig up and everything, but at least he was alert to bring it out to them. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think it's time for to be honest. What he fought against mostly Junior, I think it's time, and he still would be good for boxing, whether he commentates or whatever, whatever expertise he still got, he still will be good to get back to boxing. Teofimo, maybe you guys said Teofimo suspect. I don't know what you're talking about. He always says SUF is full of assumptions, evidence while evidence exists to the contrary. That's right. There you go. Tell him, Alvarez. Rosario, Angele Rosario dice, look, when I found out that Cambosa was been with Manny Pacquiao many times, sparring with Manny, that told me that Teofimo was underestimating Cambosa, so that Haney will be surprised. Yeah, that's a good point. My son was telling me the same thing. He says, Dad, what people are failing to understand is that Manny Pacquiao just didn't pick any sparring partner. He picked a good one. He picked one of good money, Cambosis. And if you don't think Cambosis didn't took in all that knowledge like a sponge and is using it now, I mean, you're absolutely right about that. And then the fact that what I like about Pacquiao, that was very professional uh, after he won the fight. After Campbell won the fight, Pacquiao instantly went on social media and congratulated. Much respect to him. That's why I like Pacquiao. You're right, and that's what happened with Teofimo. They underestimated Cambosis. They slept on Cambosis. All they thought they want to do nothing, and then it was too late when he found out he got his ass beat. But that teaches you a lesson. Like I said, because they're still disillusional about not accepting their defeat. They're not. Who knows when you're gonna get back in the ring and have that mental mind or free state of mind that you're supposed to have. Good point, Angel Rosado. I appreciate it. Oh, I've been ready for this fight. I've been ready for this fight. I think Charlo's coming this time though. Castani should have won the first one. And before all this, I had Castani probably beating him again, but nah, I can't. Charlo's coming this time around. Something funny is going on with a Fundora glove wrap, and Lubin face screen padding of some sort. All right, brother. I'll let you be with that. God bless you, bro. Cool guy. Haney not gonna win. He gonna kick some butt. He's got to, cool guy. He's got to. That's the only way. I'll tell you what. If I can sit there and see the Haney that Haney got a lot of tools in the toolbox. He very technical. He got his stuff. But if he comes out here and he takes everything out of the toolbox and gets a dominant beating on Cambosis, boy, oh boy, will he open up my eyes. But until then, until I see it, actions speak other words. I gotta see what he's gonna do. My advice to him, like I've been saying all night, he's gotta go on the ripper side. Somebody say just box him. Okay, box him. Box him if you want. You're not gonna get a decision. You're not gonna get a decision in Australia. Valiant says, Pernell Whitaker, a boxing Hall of Fame inductee and a U.S. gold medalist, has 37% kill ratio. Haney has a 56 kill ratio higher than Cambosis. Not every fighter will have GG Wilder type. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's a good point. You're right. But I'm not saying that. I think what I'm saying about Haney, just me, I'm back, man. I'm sorry, man. I got a Mickey Mouse phone. I got to buy myself one once my taxes come. I can't deal with this shit no more. But thank you for being patient. Yeah, what you said about Haney at a 56 KO ratio, higher than Cambosis. Not every fighter. No, they won't be like that. All I'm saying is he's got to go in there. And show, I haven't not seen him yet show me anything that I want to see from him. So that's why I say what I say. My quarter, I watched Corley with De La Hoya today. Damn, Corley won that one. Great fight. Yeah, there's a lot of fights out there. You guys, you know what? A channel that I watch a lot that you guys should watch. It's what's the name? Again. Is the Rich the Fight Historian. Go to his channel. He got a lot of great fight things there. Rich the Fight Historian. And if Fundora so strong and great, why not move up to light heavyweight if you break him face? Okay, he probably will eventually, man. I mean, you can't. I mean, he's supposed to. They say he's pretty big, but I don't know. I don't know what he walks around at. But eventually, he probably will. He wants to fight Jamal Charlo. He better not go. He better not even come close to Jamal Charlo. He'll get his butt kicked. Usyk beat AJ not with power, but by boxing. Okay, you got a point. You got a point. Okay, you got a point. But I'm gonna tell you straight up. If I can't Haney ain't no Usyk as far as skills. He's got skills, but he ain't no damn Usyk. So, but I get your point. You're basically saying that he didn't need power to beat AJ, that he can actually do that. Okay, so I respect you. I respect what you're saying. I personally think that's not gonna happen in this fight. Do people not know that Lubin had his corner inspect the gloves and witness the hand wrapping and up with? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You're right, Joe. Thank you for that. They know that some of these guys just want to keep on the same narrative. UW24 said, I hope Ugas beat Spencer's ass. I don't know what's going to happen, man. He got a shot, though. He got a shot. He fought the legend Pacquiao. Gave him a great fight, so it could happen. Anything can happen in boxing. But I think for both fighters, because I was watching Keith Thurman yesterday, one of the interviews, and he was saying, has there ever been an undisputed Cuban boxer beat undisputed champion from Cuba? So so they're both trying to make history. Both of them are. So both fight. This is a win-win for both of them, or whoever goes. But they can't hang their head down. They tried, but both of them are going for legacy. Oh yeah. Pretty boy Floyd, man, was no joke, man. I liked him when he was young. When he was aggressive, I like that Floyd better. But as he got older, he figured it out and he used to the sweet sides of boxing. I feel that Haney gonna outbox Cambosis. I get the same feeling on the Stevenson. But you might be right. I mean, sometimes we put more expectations to the fight than what they're really gonna come out. So you could be you probably 100% right. My son is a pretty good student of boxing, and he's telling me I'm an OG, and he was telling me the same thing. So I wouldn't doubt it if what you're saying is right on both fights. Andrew Rosado, Cambosis is a man of his word because he said he will fight with Haney if everything is right, but he had Lomachenko because of a bigger purse, meaning he knows what he wants and he don't cap. Yeah, I mean that's what. Yeah, I mean I that's what I was telling people when I made the video. I said the same thing. I said, you all remember when he was in the stadium when Haney approached him. He said, if the money and everything is right, I have no problem fighting you. And sure enough, it happened. That's my thing. Yeah. I just want tea, baby. Bye. Gracias. Loma lost my respect and got his pants pulled down and whooped by Tio. I'm not gonna say it like that. Gracias. Love you. Hey, listen, Loma lost my respect and got his pants pulled down and whooped by. Nah, come on, man. Loma was in there. the only thing I like about Loma, he before the fight, he said he was all healthy and everything, right? And then after the fight, his management was making excuses about everything. You can't do that. You got beat and move on. But what I do like on the other point, what I do like about Loma from his last fight is he's coming for his belts. I don't care if it's Cambosis. I don't care if it's Haney. He's coming for his belts. Well, you already know, Francis, you know the deal. They come from the same camp, the Reynoso camp. You have Canelo, Valdez, and Martinez. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's shady slim there. So it is what it is. That's right. Listen, man. Race, culture has not all that shit had nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, but what happens is when you cut yourself, you bleed red. Simple as that. When you cut yourself, you bleed red. Nobody's better than another. As far as a human being, as far as boxes, it's all based on your skills and how good you are in the ring. Tito Trinidad was another great another great chef that I like from Puerto Rico. Very exciting fight. I remember when I took my son when he was little. We sat down and watched he fight. I think he watched the first Tito Trinidad fight against the executioner. What's his name? The executioner from Philly, Hopkins. And yeah, he's exciting and everything. What's the sad part about Tito is that even with all that, he let his manager take all his money, and now he ended up being broke. But he's still they love him in Puerto Rico to this day. That's right, speed versus power. We're gonna find out. We'll find out for sure. Arturo Gotti, great fighter, warrior, and Hall of Famer. Ward Gotti are classic, but that South did him no good against an elite pro boxer like Floyd. Another fighter with no power. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. You can. The point you're trying to bring home is that you don't have to have the power to be good. You're right. You don't have to. You can outbox him. You can outmove. Usyk did it with Joshua. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. So every style is different. So you're right what you're saying. I think Stevenson's gonna be a problem for anybody. He's on his prime right now. He's on a come up. I'm telling you right now. Stevenson's gonna be Shakur Stevenson, Newark's son. I call him Newark's son from Newark, New Jersey. He gonna be a problem, and I'm saying it all day, baby, all day. Well, respect your opinion, pops. Cambosis will win if he can make Haney fight his fight. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Haney. I look at it. Haney can totally dominate this fight. The bigger fighter. Um, he's got the same frame, pretty much like I think Teofimo. I think he's very skillful. He's got a lot of skills. He's just got to go in there and gain his respect right off the bat. That's all I'm saying. I mean, he could box all night, but he's got to gain his respect. Yeah, it is what it is, but it's boxing. I mean, we can look at whatever we want, but we can't change the outcome. I think I got much respect for both of them, man. Imagine that you're here in America. I'm a veteran. I got much respect for that. Your family, your country come first, man. Respect to them. I mean, Usyk is back training now. They allowed him to come back and train. Lomachenko stay back in the world, is fighting the war. So respect to them. Loma cried in his daddy's hands after that Theo fight. They both watched out. Yeah, he cried. He couldn't accept defeat. Sometimes that happens when you get too comfortable. I'm with you on that one. I got Crawford beating the shit out of Spence, beating the hell out of him. But that fight, what's going to have to happen is it all comes to money. And I don't think Spence wants to budge and take whatever it is, 60-40 or whatever, 50, whatever it is, whatever percentage is, he's not going to bend. So that's the problem right now. That's what's holding up the fight, I think. Yokas Gambo, Isaac Cruz is going to run. I mean, Gamboa's had his time. He was a featherweight champion, Cuban elite at one time, but his time is up. I'm glad he's still getting fights to make a living. But Isaac Cruz is gonna run all over him. Yeah, he's chinny, but this time was all beaten. You go look at the highlights on YouTube. He got a beating from hell. It wasn't just his chin that got messed up; his shoulder, his nose, and so forth and so forth. Well, you always gotta respect the fighter when he comes back and he says, "Hey, you know what? I lost the fight, got my ass kicked twice already, like this real bad, and but I'm gonna back on a combat come up." So positivity is better than negativity. We wish him well. Lubin, SWU 24 says Lubin done will never be the same. Fundora is figured that man permanently, physically, mentally. Well, the mental part is the part that he's got to overcome. He got. Remember that shot that Jamal Charlo gave and finished him off real quick. So just imagine now, Lubin, what happened to him now. So it's a lot of mental. Like, it's more mental than physical. He's gonna have to either learn to move on from that and put it behind his back and use it for a positive to make himself better. So when he gets the next opponent or whatever the case may be, but that's what you gotta get. Move on. You can't hold on to it. One says, Haney getting knocked the fuck out. He's from Oakland. He already like Andre Ward and the Raiders. Oh shit! Oh, you calling them all out, man. You calling everything out now. One that says, cool guys. Says, shout out to Marshall Lynch, Oakland stand. Oh, that's right, in the Skittles. Um, I think he retired too early. I know Lubin, Mike Cotto. I know Lubin got his orbital fractured. It happened to me. His right cheek bone dropped to his jaw. Possible broken jaw to mine. Lubin didn't want to stop. I know, man. That's the crazy part. And I think when you break your jaw, your mouth is shut up. It's shut, wired inside for I don't know how long, but it is. S2000, the PBC is crooked, not drug testing in 2022, allowing boxers to cheat. Cool guy says, Mike Cotto, were you a boxer? This is a Robert says, who you got this weekend, Pops? Spencer Ugas. I got Spence, but I'm not gonna sleep on Ugas. Ugas gave problems to older Pacquiao, the legend. He's coming too, but I think Spence at the end ultimately will get to that body and break him down and win. You always go say, why do you think his glove? I never said that. I'm telling you what the article said. Mind you, the healing process, SUW, mind you, the healing process as far as time, that man Lubin has a family. Fundora nearly killed him. It's very suspicious and alarming the damage therefore. Okay. I say the narrative's gonna keep going on, but we'll find out. Oh wow, Mike Cotto say there you go. I used to in New York. Shout out to New York, 1990. You hear what happened in New York with the train? That was crazy. 1998 Golden Goal 7. Flash Drop Boxing TV says Fundora versus Charlo. Who wins? I'm taking Charlo. Charlo's a beast. No disrespect to Lubin, but Lubin is no Charlo. I don't think I know it's obvious his NRA for one never cost or missed that type of damage fracturing bones. I mean, Crawford is a free agent. Crawford can do whatever he wants. He could do whatever he wants. I want to see him go ahead and fight Jamel Charlo. I'm more excited to see him fight him than fight I'm tired of the Spence back and forth with that. That's the fight I want to see. Mike Cotto says, too many fights outside the gym fuck me up. Yeah, man, that happens, man. You go outside, you go where you're not supposed to be, or just walk in the street, or if you go to a bar scene, or you go out and somebody tries you, and you're a boxer, and you start knocking people out with your hands. You fracture this, you fracture that. It's your product of your environment. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't avoid it, but sometimes you try to stay away from it. Mike Cotto, Lubin was a warrior, though. That's right. Michael, yo, Pops, what do you think about Andre right now and what he needs to do to get a shot at Canelo? Well, I think he's trying everything within his power to get a shot at Canelo. He's moved up to get another fight so he can open up to get an interim, title to get to Canelo. He's fighting Zach Parker now. He's going to be a free agent. Andre's doing what Andre's trying to get those fights. It's up to Canelo if he wants to fight him or not, because Canelo's been calling him a horrible fighter, but he doesn't want to fight him. That's the only problem I have with Canelo. You call him a horrible fighter, but yet you don't want to fight him. So you totally contradict what you're saying. I says Haney needs to unlock his inner pretty boy Floyd and do to Cabo's what Floyd did to Gotti. That's right. Oh, what Cabo's did to Teofimo. Let's be real. He's got to have that. That's what I'm saying. I wish him the best, though. Cool guy said, Fundora need a move up and weight ice up. Yeah, if he's walking around what is he, 154, 168. But they say the same about Benavidez. They say Benavidez a weight bully at 168. He should move up to 175. Cool guy say, homie out here looking like a slender man at middleweight. Haney has 50% ratio because he has more fights and fought. Okay. I mean, one as you can look at it this way: how many times you hear people say, "Oh, I beat this guy in sparring," or "I've gone to Mexico and fought D-level fighters to pad up my record." Of course, you're gonna feel like you're gonna have a high percentage because you're gonna believe that, but you can't believe that's all a fluke. But you're only there to pad your record, so when you do get up to the bigger fights, you get bigger fights or whatever, you get the opportunity. Andrew Rosado, you all have a blessed night, good content, especially with knowledge, and to keep it up. This OG have to rest to be ready for my truck and long haul. Okay, good night. God bless you, Andrew Rosado. Thank you for taking the time. Que Dios te bendiga. Cool guy say, Haney gonna bust Cambosa respectfully. I hope he does, man. I hope he come out and do it. When I see it, I don't know for the first couple of rounds what he's gonna do. Oh, on Folk Street, Thunder Man breaking faces, it showed the eligibility. Yep. Cool boxes. He just got an outbox and ready to bang in the pocket when the time comes to he gets. That's a good point. That's probably what my brother, God bless him. That's probably what my son is telling me, and a couple other friends told me the same thing that H Money. If you don't know about H Money boxing, follow him. He's big on the Haney's. Good kid, good guy. Basically, he would say the same thing. So really, I might be born in my way, but that's how my son says the same way you're saying, cool guy. He just got to outbox and be ready to bang in the pocket when the time comes. Yeah, but I'm saying he got to do it in definitive definitive right away. He's got to do it right away. He can't sit back and be questioningly and this and that because he's not going to get the judge's call. Good night, cool guy, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it, man. Trinidad introduced me to a whole new style of boxing. Check hook press. Yeah, you know who I always liked. That reminds me of Trinidad, and he's gonna come up in Puerto Rico. Believe it or not, I like how he finishes fighters, and he's very technical all the way around. Xander Sayers. Ordinary P, what's going on, bro? What's going on, bro? Brendan will be back here. Brendan's coming in tonight, so he'll be here tomorrow for sure. I gotta go pick him up at the airport. Yeah, appreciate you, Mike. God bless, man. Anytime. That's a very good point you brought up about you got that. That's one thing I got to give credit to Spence. I got a lot of respect for Spence. He's always fighting top fighters. He can't wait to see Spence. I can't wait to see Spence. That's right because he's even saying that I ain't here for no. He says that I'm not here for tune-ups. If I'm gonna get beat, if I'm gonna get exposed, it's gonna be by somebody big. So I got to. That one you got me on. You're right. I might say what I want about Spence, but that one I gotta give him all the respect. He ain't gonna fight no tune-up. He ain't gonna fight no tune-up. Thank you, baby. He's not gonna fight no tune-up. He's not gonna he ain't no slouch. He's gonna fight the best. And if he get beat, he get beat by the best. Yeah, he's a pretty good fighter. I mean, he's overcome a lot. I mean, that's why most Cubans are resilient, and then they've been through a lot and they overcome and they living the American dream and doing this thing. That this right here, this fight right here is another magnitude fight that he got to go out there and show to represent his people. So I mean, that's why I say Spence can't go in there and sleep on Ugas, and we also got to ask ourselves what type of boxer or fighter we're going to see in Spence. Who are we seeing in Spence after all these accidents? I know he had a prior fight after the accident, but which Spence is really going to produce? Yeah, that's another good point, Valiant. If Ugas gets this upset in Dallas, wow, just wow, yeah, that's gonna be tough, man. You got Dallas's man down's house, home, backyard, and they're all rooting for Spence. If you can pull that off, man, you got a lot of magic on you. Enrique Luna, Amanda Serrano was Katie Taylor, Stevenson Valdez, April 30th. Yeah, that's going to be a great fight, Enrique. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. And Meyer, that just won up against Han, they say she's going to be there. She want to fight either one of those. That's going to be a great fight. People are doubting Katie Taylor. They're saying she's got no personality. She's not, this is not. Katie Taylor's a good fighter. But then again, Amanda is a monster. She's at UFC. She's an 8-time division champion. What hasn't Amanda not accomplished? So it's a great fight for both. I think Amanda will probably pull it off. I like to see Katie because I like Katie too, but people are saying I don't know. So it'll be a great fight. Stevenson and Valdez, I got Stevenson all the way, but it's not going to be an easy fight. Mike Cotto says Fundora 6'6", 6 bone density, straight palm or 5 side. Yeah, you're right. So maybe he has to move up to 168 and improve his point or 160, whatever he has to do. But I mean, either way, you just got to figure out, come up with a game plan, and don't sit there and take up his uppercuts because if you're an opponent, you know he's gonna fight to your size. He's not gonna fight the way he's supposed to be fighting, using his reach, using his height, using his distance. So therefore, you have to figure out how can I beat this guy because he's gonna come to my level. Wow, can we get a Gigi versus Charlo? If not, is Jamal going to fight next? I don't know what the fuck. Jamal's fighting Sulaki, which I think is a shitty fight for him. But he's just happy to fight anybody to get a paycheck. I'll tell you that. My son keeps telling me when Jamal Charlo was 154, he was a beast. He was a monster. He needs to get that mentality back. Or Jamal's little brother needs to go over there and beat his ass and wake him up. Dick Justice, do you consider Fundora a weight bully? I'm not. I don't. I think if he's making 154 easily, and he's boxing, he's doing everything right in training, and he's got power in his punch or whatever, like he did against Lubin. No, a weight bully to me is somebody that weighs 160 or bigger than what the weight is and continues to stay there to dominate fighters that he knows he's going to dominate. He doesn't move up to his actual weight. That's my opinion. Michael says Fedora is another Paul Punisher Williams. Dick Justice, Mike Cotto, I would rather watch that than Canelo versus Golovkin. Yeah, Golovkin's an old guy. I don't think he's there for the paycheck. I mean, he beat Murata, but Murata's not Canelo. Canelo's at his prime right now. I think Canelo a few years ago had a better chance of beating him if that fight was after. If they would have done a third trilogy like right away after those two other ones, then it would have been a great fight because Gigi was already still at a level that he's supposed to be fighting. But now, I think Canelo's going to run all over him. Yeah, you're right about that, Canelo. Canelo was Gigi. 3, I'm good. Gigi is a little more. Yeah, he's older now. He's not the same Gigi that we seen a couple of years back. So therefore, it's not going to be easy fight. Harvard says, 195-14, Harvard says, Clambrudero Alvarez has been caught twice. I know what we're gonna do. With that, you see what the WBC did when they did when he got caught with that club, what it was called, Clambrudero. WBC pushed up the amount that they could have to help the fighters. Bullshit. Valiant said, you could tell a weight bully by how much they rehydrate after they weigh in. Some fighters putting it 21. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. They say Spencer's big, man. They say Spencer after he rehydrate, he's a huge motherfucker. But I mean, there's other fighters just like that actually happened there. So yeah, after you rehydrate and eat whatever the case may be, you're gonna get big. You're gonna be a lot bigger than the actual fight. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you know you're like that, and every fight's like that, then that's where the stipulation and whatever the catch weight, whatever comes in, whatever, to make it difficult on certain boxes, or you just move up to the actual weight. Eleven 192.5 said, is he doing it? They are. Oh, come on, man, don't be ignorant. I'm just telling. I'm not trying to be. I'm just telling you straight up how it goes. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean that. I mean, whether you want to say he's a weight bully or not, they're gonna decide when they're gonna move up. God bless Mike Cotto. God bless. Shout out to Hollywood, Hollywood, Florida. Have a good night, man. God bless. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here for a few more minutes and I'm out too because I gotta get ready to go right to Miami and pick up Brandon. So yeah, but I mean today also Sinisa Estrada was pissed off at De La Hoya because De La Hoya probably is not paying her what she's supposed to. So she came out on her stories and came out and said, yeah, when I get paid, I'll get another fight. So I guess De La Hoya's not paying her what she's deserving. It's kind of crazy because De La Hoya got money up there, you know. And a lot of fighters, not just her, they get gypped left and right with that, you know. So yeah, so that's very disappointing that we actually got to see things like that happening in boxing, where some fighters become very dedicated to you, win your titles and all this, then you want to shortchange them when they, especially when they're giving up their life and fight. Look at God bless Lubin. Lubin got a beatdown the other day, and you got to pay him for rightfully paying for what he's deserved. The promoters aren't going there to fight to make the fight. You know what I'm saying? The promoters aren't going there to make the fight. They're collecting the money, but they're not doing shit for them. So yeah. So I think for the promoter's sake, they all need to treat everybody fairly, do what is supposed to be done, and do what do diligence. You guys do you guys hear that thing about Jojo Diaz getting accused of something? He's gonna get sued on a boxing scene. Apparently, he was sexting or some shit he was doing. I guess not his girlfriend, his daughter or something. Now they want to sue him for like $150,000. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit there. Listen, De La Hoya spent that money on $3 million Ferrari. That money is gone. Yeah, he spent it on that girl, that model he got, whatever she is. Yeah, so yeah, but Jojo Diaz, I see that thing with Jojo Diaz. It's crazy. But I would tell you something. If I don't, you can't tell me that De La Hoya is actually seriously thinking about saying he wants Ryan to one day fight Canelo. Please, Ryan hasn't even done shit yet. So I mean, you gotta wait. You know, you gotta wait for that. You think about that money. You know, it ain't that easy. Valiant says, I believe, don't call me, IBF has a rehydration limit clause in a second day fight day morning weighing of no more than, oh, I didn't even know that. I have to check that out. Brendan might know that more better than I do. When he ask him that when he comes tomorrow, he'll definitely let you know. Edward Morris says, Sebastian uses rival Mexican style gloves. It basically feels like straight knuckles. That's why Lubin's head swole up. Oh, wow, that's facts? Sebastian uses rival Mexican style gloves. It basically feels like straight knuckles. That. Oh, wow, okay. So basically, they're not as firm in the front. They're not as padded in the front with the horse, whatever it's called, a hair, whatever it's called to make it firm. It's more like you're feeling straight punch. Yeah, I seen that. I seen something on that they might consider that fight Jojo. Wasn't that fight was supposed to happen anyway? But I mean, Jojo's is actually a 130. He's not really a 135 a fighter anyway. So Garcia will still have the upper hand. I think after seeing Garcia the other day, it was a good win for him. But like Goosen said, they're gonna have to work on more things than just going for the power and vice versa. As far as that goes, you know what I mean? Because Jojo, I mean, that'd be a good fight. I don't know what's gonna happen now because Jojo was caught up in that this thing that this girl's trying to assume she waited 1 year when she was 17 or whatever, saying he sexting her or something. I guess he dated her sister and then got involved with her or something, and now she's exposing for 150,000. That's crazy. Let's see. Okay. Valiant says, punch a glove, a bit more padding on wrist, less padding. Oh wow. So I mean, isn't there like I got to ask Spanish about this one. So are you saying that there's no standard like for gloves as far? There is a standard, of course. They wouldn't be using them, but I mean, they would allow a glove like that has this padding in the knuckles area and let it go. Who said Fundora's gloves were loaded? Sound like narrative of certain channels on. I don't know who said it. I was just bringing up the article on Boxing Scene and the Fundora article. They were talking about that they didn't get tested until after the fight, and that there was a lot of conspiracy theories about the gloves. That's all I'm saying. They're not coming out and saying who's saying it or who did it. It was based on the article that I was reading. But I'm quite sure you already know, Dick Justice, that there is people out there that in the YouTube boxing community that automatically when their fighters or the fighters that they're dick riding don't win, then they're gonna come up with some kind of narrative or excuse, like what happened with Fury and you know with Wilder, the same shit. Ryan says, fight gloves have to weigh 8 ounces or 10 ounces, but manufacturers distribute the weight differently throughout the glove. Oh wow! But I'm saying if you have the commissioners there, and the commissioners like they know all that stuff, the measurement. I know there was one time when the last fight that Wilder and Fury had, the LDBC was making all kinds of shit out about Wilder, and the commissioner literally had to cut the glove, show the padding, show everything, and showing them like, no, this is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. So that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. If they allow that, I think that the padding should be equally around the whole glove. There shouldn't be one part of the glove have less than another where it exposes the knuckles or the punch to hurt somebody, if that's the case. Okay, yeah, I know they approved the gloves. That's what I'm saying. So that being said, I mean, I can remember back, like I said, with the Wilder thing, they literally had the commissioners had a couple gloves. They gave it to Wilder's team. They gave it to Fury's team. And Wilder's team was making a big thing out of it, and they solved it or whatever. Edward Horse. Sebastian gloves are custom made horsehair field mixing style. Trust me, straight out of the pack. They feel like straight knuckles. That's why Floyd Mayweather made Madonna change his glove. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather did that. He also did it against the guy from Washington. I forgot his name. Oh my God. He did it to another guy from Washington. You guys know who he is. I just can't think of his name right now. He did the same thing to him. Yeah. So, oh, okay. So you're basically saying that I'm gonna tell my son that Sebastian custom made. Oh, so the names. Oh, so they actually custom made horsehair. Are they Mexican? Are they called? They just called rival gloves. I know rival gloves. So they all based the same way, like you're saying, that the knuckles are more exposed because they don't have enough hair on the gloves or padding on the gloves, whatever you want to call it. Wow, that's crazy. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't. Like I said, man, that is so crazy when you're saying that stuff. That if that was the case, though, this is what I'm saying. That was the case, right? Fundora's team didn't go to check Lubin's hand wrap, right? But I'm quite sure that the commission and Lubin's team went to go check the hand wrapping on Fundora. Why didn't they call that out if they thought that was the case, or have the gloves changed? Does the A side got that, or does the commission make that, or can one side just like you said, like with Floyd or anybody else say, no, he's not using the gloves, I want him to use these gloves, or the A side calls it, or what? Or does anybody else got to say something on it, or like how does it become to the point where, or can each team call each other one out and say we need to change the gloves? That happened with what was the fight we were just watching? Oh yeah, he had to wait until we got in the ring. He had to wait till the last minute and change his gloves also, and he still won the fight. Just recently, oh my God, my memory's bad. Jesus, they wanted him to lose, but he ended up winning the fight anyway. Which one of these premier fights, the Showtime fights, they actually changed his gloves like right last minute, or he wouldn't got his money. Oh my God. Less padding on knuckles is not always beneficial. More prone to break your hand. So if, right, but more wrist support. Either way, commission. Crazy on me. I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Valley, for that information. Brooke Khan, if that fight happens again, Brooke's gonna run over him again. Khan's just retired, man. He made enough money. He does a lot for boxing. Just retire. Go your way. I hope. Yeah, fight all. I'll be honest, Cole Omega, Cole Gamma McKiv. Excuse me if I pronounce wrong. Yeah, it's not a good fight at all. I mean, it's already been established that Kell Brook beat the shit out of him. So move on from that. Every brand of gloves have Mexican style gloves. Everlast, Reyes, Grant, Rival, they are a mixture of horsehair and padding. And when you put them on your hand, you can take your hand and feel your like, oh shit. So they're all pretty much equivalent to that. So maybe Fundora has a big hand, and it doesn't matter how much padding you have. He just throws hard. Yeah, that was it. See, I got a bad memory. Yeah, that's right. Up to the when Kell Brook walked into the ring before the bell, he had to change his gloves, but they weren't going to pay him. Who does that? I mean, Khan was playing some mind games. You're right about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, man, he got a bad chin. That's what I'm saying. He does a very bad chin, Dick Justice. He really does, and it's shown in most of his fights. And I don't understand why he wants to come back and has a rematch with Kell Brook when he's already it's already been established who the better fighter is. And Ben Shalom, the boxer promoter, said they're gonna give him a tune-up fight and then a couple tune-up fights and then bring it back the fights back unless they made a lot of money off the fight, and that's why. Mick G, okay. Mick G said LWC started all that glove shit. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, man. There's nothing new about that. There's nothing new with them, man. It's like a soap opera with them people, and they have their own narrative and everything and whatever, man. I stay away from them because we talked many times on this channel about them, how they are and everything, and it's ridiculous. They get their own narrative. They think everybody's against them, but whatever the case, nobody's against them. They're just fucking retarded. That's what they are. They're retarded. They don't know how to think sensibly, And I mean, that's them. But you're absolutely right, Vic, what you're saying about that. You ain't lying one bit. Yeah, with that being said, I'm probably gonna have to cut this live now because I have to go get ready to go to the airport and pick up BT. Thank you all for being here. We'll be back here tomorrow. My son will be here. He'll put an announcement probably most likely 8:30. He'll be back, and you can able to talk to him when he's back home, more relaxed in his own dwellings. You know what I mean? But you guys continue to follow the channel. Continue to thank you, Vic G. I appreciate it. And God bless. Continue to follow the channel. Check out the content. It's only going to get better. But I'm out because I got to go pick up Brendan at the airport, so he can be here with you guys tomorrow. God bless you guys. Have a good night. And remember, our success is your success. Because of you, we have the success. Thank you so much and have a good night. Cuídate, tú también.